This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. As we welcome you back, the second game just underway. Leadoff hitter Erica Silva gets the base knock to get it started. And it is Reagan Rose getting the start for Alamogordo here in game number 2. So a bit of a change-up. Chloe Lunar is out at center. Haley Evans is at shortstop. As that'll be just off. And behind home plate for the Lady Tigers is Elise Roman. This is hit in the air and out of play. So Reagan has got some pitching in this season. I know I saw her pitch at the Artesia tournament, but certainly Chloe Lunar has pitched the majority of the innings for the Lady Tigers this season. And this is hit in the air out to left field, but right at him. Carvajal's got it. And there's one down. And that was number 21, Leah Pacheco. And to the plate now will be Zaisha Hawkins. As that pitch will miss high. Well, with Alamogordo getting the series victory, I know that was a big piece for them tonight. Giving their pitcher, and I think more importantly, giving Reagan an opportunity to get out there and see what she can do as that hits the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. And this will be fouled off, and it'll stay 2 strikes. And we saw Reagan warming up during the first game, and I think if Alamogordo had gotten a bit more of a lead in there, she probably would have come in. But they give her an opportunity to start this one. And I'm sure if, Cruces gets off to a strong start this inning, wouldn't be surprised to see Chloe. And runner trying to steal second, and the throw is a one-hopper that'll just go out of the glove. But Silva was able to get there for the stolen base. And so it's a runner on second. You're listening to Lady Tiger softball. Alamogordo won the first game 9-4. And trying to finish off the week with another win. And a swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch from Rose. And there's the strikeout. And it'll bring up Kristen Barela, number 6. Alyssa Bautista is over at first base. And that'll miss down and in. Counts 1-0. And it looks like Chloe Evans is the right fielder for the Lady Tigers. And outside it misses. Counts 2-0, but so far a pretty solid inning for Reagan Rose. So interesting, such a difference between her and Chloe. Circle just from a size standpoint. That's in there on the inside corner for a strike. Runner's going to go to third. And it was a hesitation by the Lady Tiger catcher, Ramon. She that's one that I think if she gets that off cleanly, she's able to get it to third in time. And looks like Silva is a little worse for wear after sliding into the bag. Someone brought her jersey, apparently. She didn't have it earlier, but she's got number 10 now. She was wearing, I think, 23 in the first game. So they're going to bring in a courtesy runner, and now number 23 comes in, and that's Anissa. I'm going to double-check the name there because the handwriting is a little I'm a little unsure. Here comes a 2-1. That's in the dirt, and that's going to get away, and that's going to allow the run to score. So 3-1. 1-0 Las Cruces. And that was Anissa Saenz, so it is Saenz, who scored as the courtesy runner. And that's going to miss away, and that's a walk. So it puts a runner at first. 1-0 Las Cruces here in the first inning of game number 2. As it'll be Amaya Pinedo coming to the plate. Yeah, first pitch will miss, 1-0. And looking for the inside corner, doesn't get the call, 2-0. Pretty good pitch there from Rose. Just didn't get the call. And that one missed, I guess, inside again, 3-0. That'll be in there for a strike, 3-1. Rose ready to go. Runner on first with 2 down. And she'll miss outside, and that'll be a walk. So 2 walks in the inning. Runners on first and second. And coming to the plate is number 20, Emma Madrid. Hitting from the right-hand side, and she'll hit this one right back up the middle for a base hit. Lunar up with it, and she'll toss it in, and no run will score. And so bases loaded now after the single from Madrid. And it'll bring up number 3, Danae DiMatteo. Bases loaded and 2 down. And that pitch will miss inside. Getting squeezed a little bit here, and a lot of these have been some pretty solid pitches. (1-0), and that's going to miss outside. 2-0. Lady Tigers trying to avoid a big inning here. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-1. And the pitch. And a ground ball softly hit. And good cover by Kosum as Bautista made the play. And the Lady Tigers give up just the 1 and will come up here in the bottom of the first, see if they can get it back. 1-0. Alamogordo trails Las Cruces on the Ridge Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Banking should be personal. It's the comfort of being greeted by name, celebrating life's milestones, and staying connected to what matters most. Because when your bank truly knows you, you're never just another transaction. We're proud to support you on your financial journey and serve in the communities we call home. First National Bank, where community and commitment come together. Stop in today and experience the difference.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. The Lady Tigers lead it off with Amani Kosum in the bottom of the first. Game 2 of our doubleheader. 1-0 Las Cruces in front. And it'll be Leah Pacheco pitching. So third different pitcher we've seen from Las Cruces today as Kosum will watch that in 1-1. They threw both Krista Barela and Amaya Pinedo in the first game. And here comes the pitch. And outside, it misses. 2-1. Looks like Jalen Vela is warming up for the Lady Tigers in the bullpen. So Alamo may try to work a couple different pitchers, and that's going to be a base hit for Amani Kosum as she sends it out into left field. And she's going to look to advance this into a double, and she's going to do it using her speed to get out the second. The Lady Tigers get a runner in scoring position right away. And they'll bring up Haley Evans. Evans didn't have a hit in that first game, so hoping to put it together here in game number 2. And she'll watch the first one in for a strike. 0-1. No change in the batting order at the top for the Lady Tigers. Kosum, Evans, Lunar. That's down. And the count goes to 1-1. So Lady Tigers 17-5 now after that win, and 6-5 in district play. And this is going to be hit in the air out to center field. It is going to be caught by Hawkins. Hawkins going to try to toss it in, but not in time before Kosum is going to be able to get to third base. Wind has died down pretty considerably. The flag just kind of rolling in the breeze a little bit, not straight out as it is at center field when as we were in earlier game. And you can probably tell if you're with us in game 1, you're not hearing it in my microphone quite as badly. So Evans got a pretty good hold of that, but just not far enough. And this is going to be a high pop-up to left field. And coming over and making the grab, Kosum will tag it up and come home, and the Lady Tigers are able to tie it up. Sac fly RBI for Chloe Lunar. And I'll bring up Davi Gonzalez, who had an incredible game 1, 4 for 4, 3 singles, a home run, 4 RBIs. A heck of a effort. And she comes up for the first time here in game number 2. Pitch will be a little bit low. A 1-0 count. Ortiz in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. 1-1 your score here in the first inning. And this will be sent out of play by Gonzalez. Count evens up at 1-1. Told you that Tularosa baseball got a win tonight over Texaco, 3-1. They'll play district next week against Cobre to determine that district championship. The games this week they played against West Las Vegas and Texaco were not district matchup, as that misses high to Gonzalez, 2-1. And now we'll go to 11-0, and we'll probably have a final score for you in the second game. We're we're probably running a little bit later than they are, so. And a ground ball to short. Picked up cleanly. Toss on to first is in time, and the inning is over. So Lady Tigers get a run on a double, a couple of sac flies, and they find themselves even at 1 run apiece. So we go to the top of the second on the Richardson Motor scoreboard when we return here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Alamo
Equal
Sports and
Housing
Talk,
Lender.
1230,
All loans are subject to credit
1019.
approval.
Jocelyn Renteria leads it off for Los Cruces here in the top of the second inning. And Reagan Rose continues in the circle for Alamogordo as her and Amani Kosim chat things over for a second. As the Lady Tigers get back into position after the quick discussion. This will be fouled off and back to the screen. Count is 2-1. Now Rose gave up 2 hits in that first inning and a couple of walks. Here comes the 2-1. And a ground ball that'll be hit to Gonzalez. Third on the run, tosses to first, and she's got the out. 5-3 on the putout, and 1 down. And Cami Munda will come to the plate. She hit the ball well in the first game. I think she had a couple of singles. And it looks like Renteria is a little worse for wear after that run up the first base line. I don't know if she stepped awkwardly or that she is hunched over at the moment and seems to be in some kind of pain. Both of her field coaches are out there chatting with her, and so maybe something on the ankle. And she's walking it off now and heading back to the Las Cruces dugout. You know, if it's a rolled ankle, that's always going to be something that be painful. Regardless of it, I think they're checking to see if they need the athletic trainer, to make the way back over. And it looks like we're ready to go. So Munda will step up to the plate with the bases empty. A 1-1 ball game in the top of the second inning. And Rose will miss that one high, 1-0. And a pop-up that'll get out of play. Foul territory into the netting. It's 1-1. That'll be big for the Lady Tigers if they can get a good effort here from Rose and let Lunar rest as pitch misses high. She's definitely going to be throwing a lot during state tournament time as the count goes to 2-1. But also important, again, for these ladies to get an opportunity to pitch on the varsity side and get the experience. This is a soft liner that'll get into the outfield and a base knock for the Lady Dogs and put a runner on first. Third hit of the day for Las Cruces, and it'll bring up Erica Silva, who singled, stole a base. Her courtesy runner would end up scoring. Wouldn't be surprised to see Munda try to steal. I think she tried in the first game against Evans, and this is a soft liner again that will go foul up the third baseline, and 0-1 to Silva. And it looks like Coach Charlene Reyes bringing some ice over to the Las Cruces dugout for Jocelyn Renteria, who came up a little bit lame after the last at-bat. Here's a high pop-up out to center field. Lunar looking to get under it. She's got it. And there's two down. And they'll bring up Leah Pacheco. She lined out to left field her first time up in her second at-bat. So it's a runner on first with two down now. As Rose has got the pitch call and ready to the plate. And this will be fouled off to the screen. Counts 0-1. Right-handed pitching Rose. Right-handed hitting Pacheco. And that pitch looked like it was running on the outside corner. And the count evens up at 1-1. As the umpire says, outside, I suppose. And a ground ball that is going to be stabbed. Oh, it's going to go off the glove of Kosum and get into the outfield. And allow the runner to get to third. And so a single for Pacheco. Good effort there from Amani. Just couldn't quite get to it. And so it'll be Zaysha Hawkins coming to the plate. Hawkins struck out her first time up. And I think we're going to get a courtesy runner, I would assume. No. Yeah, I guess we are. Pacheco. Oh, yeah, she is the pitcher, so that is a courtesy runner. So we'll bring on Jeslyn Gallardo to the field to run. And going to see Coach Ronnie Reyes come out and chat with his infield now before the next pitch. Lady Tigers trying to put a 0 on the scoreboard here in the top of the second. A ground out, a single, a pop out, and a single. And Hawkins, a dangerous hitter in that 3 spot. But Rose did get her only strikeout of the game against her in the first inning. So 2 outs and 2 on. Runners in the corners for Las Cruces. Wonder if they're thinking about trying a double steal. And it'll be fouled off, going off speed, Rose, and Hawkins just got a piece of it, 0-1. I think the first game I've called this year that the Lady Tigers haven't had Chloe Lennar in the circle. The 0-1 outside, it misses. Count evens up at 1-1. And here comes the pitch. And fouled off. And 1-2. So Rose gets herself ahead in the count. Got a couple pitches to play with. See if she can get out of this inning and keep Las Cruces off the scoreboard. We're tied up at 1 after 1 inning of play, 2 outs in the top of the second. And Rose winds and deals. Low and away. 2-2. Ready to go here with a 2-2. Misses outside, and 3-2 now. So allow the runner at first to get a little bit of a head start with 2 strikes. Full count and 2 outs. The pitch. And it's a ground ball too short. Toss on to second. They've got the out. And the inning is over. The Lady Tigers give up a couple of base runners, but no runs. And we go to the bottom of the second. All tied up at 1 apiece. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval and restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. 1-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. As the Lady Tigers back up to bat, Iceland Ortiz leads it off. First pitch missed high and outside. 1-0. Leah Pacheco hits the outside. Lady Tigers got a double from Amani Kosum, then a couple of pop outs to the outfield from Haley Evans and Chloe Lennar to get their 1 run of the game. 1-1 is in there for a strike, 1-2. Looked like Ortiz wanted to offer at it, brought the bat off her shoulder, but checked up. And here comes the pitch. Outside. And the count 2-2. And here it comes. Fouled off. Back to the screen. Count will stay 2-2. If you're just joining us, we're here at the bottom of the hour, 8:30 on a Friday night. Final Friday night games of the regular season for the Lady Tigers at home. They won the first game 9-4. And hoping to come away with the series sweep as the pitch will miss low, 3-2. And then, of course, next Tuesday they'll have senior night with Gadsden visiting. And they'll be in Anthony on next Friday night to finish up the regular season. 3-2, just a little foul tip into the glove. And that'll be Pacheco's first strikeout of the day. And Alyssa Bautista going to get her first at-bat. She did not play in game one. Had Parker Wade over at first base. And Parker had a good game hitting from that left-hand side as well. She had a couple hits and an RBI and a couple runs scored. So Alyssa hoping for the same result here. And she'll watch the first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Lola Carbajal in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Ground ball, hard hit, and into the outfield for a base knock. Now Bautista will give the Lady Tigers a one-out base runner. And we'll bring up Lola Carbajal. Carbajal steps in from the right-hand side and will face Leah Pacheco for the first time. And a swing and a miss coming up empty. Counts 0-1. The pitch. And that's well hit over towards second. It's going to be grabbed over there and tossed onto first. It does allow Batista to move up to second base. 4-3 on the putout, and there's two down. And Elise Roman will come to the plate for the first time. The runner in scoring position, and she can send one out to the gap. She can probably give Alamogordo the lead. Two down and a runner on second. And she'll hit this in the air, foul up the first base side, and out of play. Count is 0-1. And Pacheco under motion. Here's the pitch. That'll miss outside. And the count evens up at 1-1. Here comes the wind and the deal, and fouled out this time. A bit more back in our direction up the first base side. Counts 1-2. And here it comes from Pacheco. And holding off on an off-speed pitch there from Pacheco. Roman sees the count even up at 2-2. With two down, turned into a nice night with as soon as the sun went down, the winds subsided, and should be a fun second game of our doubleheader. 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it and just went out of the glove of Silva. And so Roman keeps the at-bat alive. Pacheco gets the pitch call, and now she's ready to go. And waiting on it and getting a piece of it, sending it foul is Roman, and we'll do it all again. So it stays 2-2. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And here we go. The pitch. And hit in the air out towards right field. It won't be fair. Will it be caught? It will be. Nice running grab from Cami Munda. And the inning is over. The Lady Tigers get a single from Batista, but nothing more. And we are through 2 full innings. And we're tied up at 1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. As the Lady Tigers go to the top of the 3rd. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Here in our community, we honor the strength of our military families and their children during Military Child Month. First National Bank is honored to support the families who serve, and we thank you for your service.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Lady Tigers tied with the Lady Bulldogs here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. And Reagan Rose continues pitching and just misses outside on the first offering to Kristen Barela. Surrendered a walk to her back in the first inning. Now, it hasn't been lights out, but it's been effective. As this is hit high in the air out to left field, this may get out of here. It is gone. Home run for Barela. And 2-1, Las Cruces. So we'll bring up Amaya Pinedo, who walked in her first at-bat. And her team now leading 2-1. I think the question here for the Lady Tigers, can they get their bats going? They so far, Leah Pacheco has been able to keep them from getting anything going on the other side. As Rose winds and deals. And that pitch going to miss outside. Counts 1-0. Rose to the plate. Ground ball, hard hit to second. Easily snagged by Kosum. Toss on to first, and there's one down. And they'll bring up Emma Madrid, who singled her first time at the plate. As Madrid takes a couple of practice swings and steps into the box. So it's 5 hits now for Las Cruces. after that home run earlier in the inning. As Rose to the plate is going to miss outside. And the count is 1-0. Lady Tigers with 2 hits on their end of the tally. And just going to miss the outside corner on that. So the count 2-0. And get the inside corner that time, 2-1. Two-one pitch is hit out to right field, and Evans able to get under that. Chloe makes the grab out in right field, and there's 2 down. And so it'll be Danae DiMatteo coming to the plate. She grounded out to the first baseman in her first at-bat. And looking for the inside corner, doesn't get the call. Reagan's been really right around the strike zone, thrown some good pitches in this game, and has had a few that I certainly would have said probably are there. That one's well outside, though, 2-0. Cruces has been able to get ahead in the count this inning, but the exception of the home run, and been able to come up with hits. And here's a soft little nubber that will go right to Bautista. She'll step on the bag, and that's the end of the inning. So a solo home run gets out of the park. Just a 1-run difference, though, 2-1. Lady Tigers up to bat in the bottom of the third, trying to get their bats going. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval and restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Almost Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. And a swing and a miss from Chloe Evans. She bunted foul in her first swing, and she's behind the count 0-2. It's number 9 hitter for the Lady Tigers, and back to the top of the order with Kosum and Evans. Leah Pacheco has pitched well and just gave up a run in the first inning on a double, and then a couple of pop-outs got the run in. The pitch will miss high and outside, 1-2. And here it comes. Swing and a miss as Evans chased it upstairs. And there's one down. It's the second strikeout of the night for Pacheco. And Kosum to the plate has the one run for the Lady Tigers. A double, which I'm not sure many other hitters it would have been a double for. Her speed really makes such a big difference when she can get it into the outfield. Kosum will step back after a little bit of extra time to get the pitch in to Pacheco. Low and away, and the count's 1-0. Haley Evans also due up this inning for the Lady Tigers. And a late swing from Kosum. And she comes up empty, 1-1. And the off-speed pitch will miss high. Two and one here to Kosum. And here comes the pitch. In the dirt, 3-1. So Kosum gets a good hitter's count here. Lady Tigers try to string some hits together. That's been the one thing they haven't been able to do in this game, just the 2 hits. 3-1 outside. So Kosum gets the walk. And the Lady Tigers get their third base runner of the night. And it'll bring up Haley Evans, who popped out to deep center field. Really didn't miss a home run by a whole lot. Just sent it to the deepest part of the park and didn't have quite enough oomph on it. So, you know, she's excited to get her second at-bat here. I wonder if Kosum will be looking to steal. And I think the home plate umpire called an illegal pitch. And that's the problem, I think, sometimes when you have 2 different coaches that are going out and talking to the umpires. You had the third base, or I should say the head coach, that was, I think, going to talk to the field umpire. He's now talking with the pitcher now, and I think maybe where she was, I think she has to be within the width of the pitching rubber. As it seemed like he was doing there and kind of pointing out. But the initial assistant coach that came out was talking with the home plate umpire, and then it just seemed to get a little contentious. As that'll miss low and away, 2-0. Two-on Las Cruces leading. We're in the bottom of the third. Alamo with the runner on first. And the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Count is 2-1. Lunar in the on-deck circle for Alamogordo. And this one is back up the middle. It's not really hard hit. And they'll slide into second. Interesting, Kosum, I think, her foot may have actually hit the softball as it came into the second baseman. But she was able to get to the bag before the second baseman was able to actually grab it. And so an infield single for Evans, and Lunar will come to plate with a big opportunity to, at minimum, tie up the ball game, but maybe more. She had a sac fly out to left field and picked up an RBI back in the bottom of the first. As the righty Pacheco ready to go. And this is hit hard out to the left field. And it's going to be dropped out in left field. The runners had to hold. Kosum is going to try to score. Here comes the throw in. It's not going to be in time. Now the Lady Tigers have runners caught in between, and they'll throw out to second. They're going to get Evans at second. And so, bit of a mistake there on the base pass for the Lady Tigers, but they do get the run across. That was, I think, a little bit more on Lunar, as she had gotten in between first and second. I think Evans trying to help her out, get between second and third, because Evans was a little bit closer to the bag. But so the Lady Tigers have tied it up at 2. On the RBI single from Lunar. And then Evans caught stealing for the second out. 2-2 as Davi will foul this one off. She grounded out to short her first time up. Had a big home run in game 1. I thought that Chloe had sent that out of the ballpark on that one, but it's hung up. Long wait here for the next pitch call. And now ready to go. That's going to be low. Count evens up at 1-1. Two outs and a runner on first for the Lady Tigers. Davi hits the line drive, but it's going to go foul at the third base side. And 1-2 the count. A low-scoring game, a bit different than the first game. Alamo picked up 4 runs in the bottom of the third to take the lead in game 1. Actually, bottom of the second. And eventually found themselves up 7-1, worked its way to 7-4. Then Alamogordo scored 2 runs for some insurance in the top half of the, or bottom half of the 6th inning to make it a 9-4 difference, and that ended up being the final. 1-2 misses high, and it's 2-2 now to Gonzalez. And the pitch from Pacheco. And it's a ground ball and a base hit. That'll get out to center field. And back-to-back singles for the Lady Tigers, and Iceland Ortiz will come to the plate with a couple on. She struck out her first time up. The Lady Tigers hoping to get their first lead of the game. And the first time they've strung together hits in this game as well. Got a walk from Kosum and 3 straight singles. And if not for a base running miscue, they probably do have the lead. Evans most likely scores on that single. And it's in there for a strike. Most likely. That may have been a close play at home, so they might have held her. It's 0-1 now to Ortiz. And that'll miss low. And the count evens up at 1-1. Well, I think the track and field meet is over because I see the Alamogordo athletic training, I don't know what you'd call it, vehicle. Yeah, I guess it's a golf cart. And here's a little soft liner that is going to be hitting the foul territory, but caught by the first baseman, and the inning is over. So it stays a 2-2 ball game. Through 3 complete on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Here in our community, we honor the strength of our military families and their children during Military Child Month. First National Bank is honored to support the families who serve, and we thank you for your service.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it often is. This is Emily from First National Bank. Trust your instincts and stay vigilant to online fraud. Protect yourself from becoming a victim. Think before you act. If you have concerns, contact your bank for further assistance.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, and the Lady Tigers going with a new pitcher, Jalen Vela, is getting an opportunity. Reagan Rose, very solid 3 innings, and Lady Tigers bring a new pitcher in. I think certainly that was the game plan going in is, get 3 innings, and maybe if it's a close game late, you bring in Chloe to close it out. Seems like that could be the end result here, but we'll have to wait and see. And we're going to get a pinch hitter as number 17 for Las Cruces, Cheslyn Gallardo, will come in and hit. And likely Jocelyn Renteria, she turned her ankle, probably why she is out of the game, as the first one's fouled off by Gallardo. And the count's 0-1. Top of the 4th inning, a 2-2 ball game. Kind of a quiet atmosphere in this game. I don't know, just not as rowdy, as that's in there for a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Leadoff hitter in the top of the 4th inning. Jalen Vela, just an 8th grader. And that'll be outside. Counts 1-2. And one of the players, if I seem to remember, Coach Shar and Ronnie both talking about her being an up-and-coming pitcher for the program. And the off-speed pitch will miss high and outside. 2-2. Vela, right-handed pitcher. And this is hit in the air to second base. Easy play for Kosum as she'll grab it, and there's one down. And I'll bring up Cami Munda, who singled in the 2nd inning. Looking for her 2nd hit of the day. I always wonder when there's conversations going on between the umpires and the players. The home plate umpire was chatting with Elise Roman as she was coming back behind home plate there, so I don't know. I don't think it was anything bad, just I want all umpires and referees to be mic'd up at all times. In every sport, I just want to know what's happening, Pitch misses, 1-0. And that'll miss outside, maybe a bit high. 2-0 now. Mundell step back in. comes the pitch. And that one, I think, missed a little bit high. 3-0 the count. So Vela probably with a get-it-over pitch here. And a high pop-up swinging on 3-0. We'll see if it'll stay in foul territory. Oh, overrunning it was Davi Gonzalez. That was the second out of the inning right there. So Cruces catches a little bit of a break, 3-1. I thought initially that was easily getting out of play, but ended up being one where Lady Tigers overplayed it just a little bit. And I think interesting that Mundo was swinging on 3-0. That's you see more and more of that these days, I feel like. And here is a line drive base hit into the outfield. So Munda comes up with her second single of the day and works her way over to first. And Erica Silva will come to the plate. She is singled and popped out in her 2 at-bats. And we'll step in with a runner on first in a 2-2 ball game in the top of the 4th inning. And outside, 1-0. It's been a good effort from pitchers that haven't gotten a lot of innings this year for the Lady Tigers. Reagan Rose and Jalen Vela. We'll obviously see. It's kind of too early to tell. This is hit high in the air out to left field, but Carbajal is able to get underneath it for the out, and there's one down. And I'll bring up Leah Pacheco, who has lined out and singled in her 2 at-bats. But a good strategy for the Lady Tigers. You give the Cruces hitters a little something different to look at, and instead of the same pitcher over and over there. And I think more just keep sending Reagan out there. You bring in Jalen and give her the opportunity. That's a good pitch on the outside corner on the drop ball. 0-1. And she's got good zip on her fastball. That off-speed pitch has looked good. I can see why the Lady Tigers are excited about Vela as an 8th grader and the fact that she's on varsity. The 0-1. And she's going to miss that one, I think, just outside. Count evens up at 1-1. Munda at first after the single. Got a couple of pop-outs in this inning for Las Cruces, and Lady Tigers are trying to keep it a 2-2 ball game. And outside, it misses. Count goes to 2-1. A little surprised that Cruces hasn't been a bit more aggressive on the base pass. The Lady Tigers' usual starting catcher, she's over as short as Haley Evans. And just, trying to test Elise Roman, who, again, hasn't gotten a ton of innings as a catcher for the Lady Tigers. And fouled off. Counts 2-2. And the pitch. Couldn't spot that pitch. I think it dropped low, or if anything, it was outside 3-2, but she did not miss it by a whole lot. A little surprised that Pacheco did not offer it that. That was close enough on a 2-strike pitch. 2 outs. 3-2. And that's going to miss low, and that'll be a walk. So it'll be runners on first and second, and Zaisha Hawkins coming to the plate. And certainly a hitter you got to be careful with, both her and Kristen Brela. Brela hit a home run her last time up. She'll be in the on-deck circle, but Hawkins, is capable of it as well. And being called. And the home plate umpire having a discussion with the Las Cruces coach. And courtesy runner comes on for Las Cruces. And it'll be number 2. Ada Marie Sanchez. And so 2 on here for the Lady Dogs. And their number 3 hitter at the plate. And Vela will see that one miss, and I'm not really sure where that missed. 1-0 is the count. It was over the plate, and it certainly looked like it was between the knees and the belt, so I don't know. One-0 is going to miss outside. That one, I will say, is outside 2-0. And here comes the delivery. That's going to be a called strike. That looked like it had dropped below the knees, but she gets the call this time, 2-1. Hawkins yet to make an offer at one of these. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Hits the outside corner on the off-speed pitch, and 2-2. She's grounded out to short and struck out in her 2 tries. Those were both against Rose. So her first time facing Vela. And here comes the 2-2. And it's a soft little grounder. Vela's got to get to it. Toss on to first. Not going to be in time. And an infield single. Yep. Just unfortunate. Made a good pitch. And now you have to face someone who hit a home run the last time she came to the plate. Not off of you, but Kristen Barela will come up with the bases loaded. And if she can replicate her last at-bat, has a chance to break this game open. And Coach Ronnie Reyes is going to come out and talk to his infield. Yes, he will try and get them hyped up to get this final out of the inning. Looked like it was going to be relatively routine, and unfortunately that was nobody was playing in expecting a bunt on that, and that's still a pretty decent run and how far the pitcher had to get to that. I think yeah, that was just kind of no man's land there on the infield single, because that would have been a difficult play for Roman to jump out of her stance and get to that and throw on to first. But credit to Hawkins. She really hustled it up the line to get there. And so Barela with a golden opportunity at minimum to give her team the lead, but she could give them a very comfortable lead. So Vela trying to get out of a jam. And this will be hit in the air, foul up the first base side. And the count 0-1 to Barela. Looking for a big third out. Keep this 2-2 ball game in the top of the 4th. And that'll miss outside. Count evens up at 1-1. And here comes the 1-1. Misses inside. 2-1. Now, I think you have to be careful pitching here, and if you do end up giving up the walk and a run scores, I think that's, just based on what we saw earlier, not the worst end results in this at-bat. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Now the base is loaded and a hitter's count here for Barela. And ready to go. There's the pitch for Vela. And that's going to be a called strike at the knees. And the count goes full 3-2. That was, I would have said low, but base runners will get ahead. We'll go with 3-2 and 2 outs. And a ground ball to third. Davi's got it. And she'll make the tag. And the Lady Tigers get out of the jam. Good stuff there from Jalen Vela. She gets a big high five from Coach Reyes. And the Lady Tigers see this game remain tied at 2. We go to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval and restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Banking should be personal. It's the comfort of being greeted by name, celebrating life's milestones, and staying connected to what matters most. Because when your bank truly knows you, you're never just another transaction. We're proud to support you on your financial journey and serve in the communities we call home. First National Bank, where community and commitment come together. Stop in today and experience the difference.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Bottom of the fourth inning. Alyssa Bautista fouled off the first pitch she saw and watches the second one in there. That is going to be a called strike. So we go to the bottom of the fourth with the game tied at 2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Bautista singled in her first at-bat. And she'll watch that one just miss outside, it would appear. That was a pretty good pitch there from Pacheco. And the count goes to 1-2. And I'll watch that one miss high and away. And the count goes to 2-2 now. And we got another pitcher. Looks like Chloe's actually warming up in the bullpen for Alamogordo. So I don't know if they're going to bring her in for the final 3 innings. And Bautista will send this foul in the dugout. Or if they give Vela another inning and bring Chloe in for the final 2. Interesting to see what the decision is for the Lady Tigers. And that's going to miss low, and it's 3-2. A couple pitches that have been really borderline that Pacheco hasn't gotten the call. But I will be fair, that it's been kind of both ways with that. I thought Reagan, there were a few really good pitches that she threw that she didn't get the call on. 3-2 is a hard-hit ground ball second, a little bit of trouble. She able to recover, toss on to first. Yes, well done by DiMatteo, as she had enough time to take it off her glove and body and then spin around and make the throw to first. And there's one down. Bring Lola Carbajal. She grounded out her first at-bat, 0 for 1. Checo's pitched well tonight. She's given up the double to Kosum in the first, a single to Bautista in the first, Then gave them 3 hits in the last inning, but has kept Alamogordo off the scoreboard for the most part. And a big swing and a miss from Carbajal. Counts 0-1. Really put her whole body into that. Lady Tigers trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 down. And that's going to be fouled off and out of play. And behind the count 0-2. The pitch from Pacheco. And just getting a piece of it. Carbajal, and that fortunately took a carom off of Silva behind home plate. Not sure where it hit her, but she is definitely feeling that one. We've had a lot of injuries in this game. You know, Cruces has had 2 different players have to come out of the game due to injury tonight. Almo's had a couple of players get a little banged up. Haley Evans took one off the leg behind home plate, and I think that's probably what happened here, just a deflection off the leg. And Carbajal will get ready to go. Looks like Silva will stay in the game. She's good to go. Chloe Lennar no longer warming up in the bullpen. And low and outside, it misses. As the count goes to 1-2. I think probably the idea is there that she gets a little warm up in. They send Vela back out if Chloe has to come in middle inning. She's been able to kind of warm up the arm a bit as that misses high and outside. 2-2. And let's be honest, I'm just guessing, so maybe that's right. Carbajal steps back in. After falling behind 0-2, she's worked the count back even. And she'll hit a ground ball to first, and that'll get through for a base knock. So Carbajal just pushes a little C&I single into the outfield, and she's got her first base hit of the day. And Elise Roman will come to the plate to try to get something going here for Alamogordo. And a big swing and a miss from Roman. Counts 0-1. Pacheco has gone the distance for Las Cruces. They threw 2 different pitchers in game 1. And a late swing by Roman in the dirt. Silva kept it in front of her, and so Carbajal remains at first base. But Roman now finds herself behind the count 0-2. And the pitch from Pacheco. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Roman, and there's 2 down. So bring up Chloe Evans now. Struck out her first time up. Hoping to get the Lady Tigers back to the top of the order if she can get a base hit. And a runner will go. Here's the throw, and it looks like they got her. They did. Carbajal tried to steal second, but unable to make it happen. And Charlene Reyes coming out and Not sure what the argument is here from the Lady Tigers. Well, went to go check with the home plate umpire on that, so not sure. And a little bit of a discussion and not much, and that'll end the inning. So Lady Tigers go to the top of the 5th inning, and we're still tied at 2. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Jalen Vela will continue pitching for the Lady Tigers. Her first pitch misses outside to Amaya Pinedo. First time she'll face her. First batter she faced was Jaden Renteria. And this is going to be hit high in the air out to center field. And Lunar is able to get underneath that. She's got it, and there's one down. Pinedo got into that pretty good. That was, I don't think they actually have a warning track out there, but it was pretty close to the fence. And so it'll be Emma Madrid who singled and popped out in her 2 tries. Looking for hit number 2 on the evening. First time that she has seen Jalen Vela. And she'll check swing, but it will go off the bat and foul behind home plate. So Vela catches a little bit of a break there. And Vela right now relacing her shoe. I don't have an update for you. Alamogordo baseball. They lost the first game 11-0, but the second game hasn't been updated yet. So we'll continue to check Max Preps. Tule baseball won tonight 3-1. We'll have results from track and field up on our Facebook page either tonight or tomorrow. And we're going to hit the outside corner. Pretty good pitch there from Vela, but I think was low. She tried to get that off-speed pitch in there again. She throws that well. One. And that's going to be in the dirt. 2-1. A little bit of a break here for Vela as she had her back towards home plate. Now is ready to go. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch. She got Madrid in front of it, and the count evens up at 2-2. That wasn't quite the drop ball there. It was just more of a changeup than anything else. for her first strikeout. See if she can get it here. She does. It's the strikeout, and the Lady Tigers have got 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Yeah, Velos look good. See if she can keep that going. I would imagine maybe if they get back to the top of the order, the thought will be to go to Chloe, but I don't know. I think you kind of let this ride as much as you can and see how these younger, inexperienced pitchers do. So far, they've had a good game. As that'll miss just a little bit high. Counts 1-0. Danae DiMatteo to the plate. She has grounded out twice. And this will be the first time she's faced Vela. But Reagan Rose gave Alamogordo 3 good innings. And Vela trying to come up with her second scoreless inning. Got out of a bases-loaded jam in the top of the 4th. Ground ball to third and snagged by Davi. Toss on to first, and the inning is over. Gonzalez has been just rock solid at third base tonight. She's made some really nice plays. And 1, 2, 3, down goes Las Cruces in the top of the 5th. Alamogordo's got 9, 1, and 2 due up in the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Chloe Evans showing bunts, and the pitch is going to miss high to the backstop, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2, still your ball game. As Lady Tigers have sent out a sophomore and a, actually, Reagan might be a junior or freshman. I think about that, but let me double check it. As that's going to be in there for a strike as they say Evans went around. Reagan is a freshman. So they've thrown a freshman and an 8th grader in this game, and they've pitched a really solid combined 5 innings so far. And I got to think with Jalen getting the 1-2-3 inning, I bet she comes out again in the 6th. And a bunt by Evans. Pretty nice one, but it goes a little bit too far right to Pacheco in the circle, and she tosses on to first. But good contact, just unfortunately carried a bit too far forward. And it'll bring up Imani Kosum, who has walked and doubled and scored twice. She has scored both of Alamogordo's runs this evening. And we'll try to get something started here to get the Lady Tigers in front for the first time tonight, as that's going to be in for a strike, going one. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Kosum, 0-2. Good pitch there from Pacheco. And pitching on both sides has been good. Both sides have had to fight through some jams and have kept the run count to a minimum. And a swing and a miss, and Kosum comes up empty. And there's 2 down with Haley Evans to the plate. She singled and has popped out 1 for 2 on the evening. Lady Tigers been pretty good with 2 outs tonight, especially in the first game. They came up with some big runs with 2 down. See if they can replicate that here. As Pacheco winds and deals, and Haley Evans will send this out of play, 0-1. Pacheco ready to go with bases empty and 2 down. And the 0-1 to Evans. Watches that, missed outside, 1-1. And here comes the pitch. And she'll watch that, miss high and away. And the count's 2-1. Each team with a run in the first and a run in the third. Who's going to come up with the big hits here late and grab this victory? And Evans, high fly ball out to left field. It is out of here. Home run, Haley Evans. And the Lady Tigers have their first lead of game 2 on a moonshot out to left center field. And Alamogordo leads 3-2. Second home run of this game. Cruces with the other. And so it'll be Chloe Lunar coming to the plate with 2 down and the base is empty. But each team with a solo home run tonight. And I think with Alamogordo having the lead now, wouldn't be surprised if Lunar ends up coming into pitch in the 6th and 7th innings to try to lock this down and get the victory. As here comes the pitch from Pacheco. And it's a base hit back up the middle. So Lunar with her second single of the night. And she gets on, and Davi Gonzalez will be looking for her second hit. And we're going to see a visit from the Las Cruces bench as they'll talk things over after a couple of hits in a row, and especially in an inning that looked like it was going to be routine. I talked about 2 outs. The Lady Tigers have been a good 2-out hitting team this evening. And they found themselves in the lead for the first time tonight. Cruces took a 1-0 lead. Alamo tied it up. Cruces took a 2-1 lead. Alamo tied it up. And now Alamogordo in front, 3-2. Davi will come up and see if she can put a charge into one as well. Had 4 RBIs in the first game. She had a home run in the first game. And if she can come up with one here, and break this game open for the Lady Tigers. And if Alamogordo does get the win, this will feel like a real team effort with the different pitchers and a lot of different players stepping up big. As that's in the dirt. 1-0 to Gonzalez. Pacheco winds and deals. And this is going to be hit in the air out to center field. It's going to be a nice running grab from Zaysha Hawkins, and that'll end the inning. But not before Haley Evans hits a solo home run out to left center field, and the Lady Tigers lead 3-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As the Lady Tigers in the top of the sixth, we'll turn to Chloe Lunar, and her first pitch will miss low and outside. And the leadoff hitter is Jesslyn Gallardo. So no big surprise. They got 3 innings from Reagan Rose, 2 innings from Jalen Vela. And that pitch going to miss, I think, a little bit down and in as the count goes to 2-0. And I'm kind of having the conversation off the air, but Cruces had a bit more success against Chloe in the first game, as this is fouled off and out of play, 2-1, than they did against Reagan, and they scored more runs. And maybe I shouldn't say they had more success, because Chloe struck out 11 in that first game, but a lot to be said about, Lady Tiger 8th grader and freshman come in and pitch really good innings for Alamogordo. And they lead 3-2 and try to finish this off. Can't get the spot on the outside corner there. I think it's low, 3-1. I don't know if this is difficult for Chloe. She, doesn't come in relief very often, so I wonder if this is a challenge to step back into the circle, as this is fouled off, 3-2. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised against Gadsden next week if we see Reagan and Jalen start some games. And a ground ball that'll go foul at the first baseline. And keep the count 3-2. Now, this will be no mystery for Las Cruces. They saw a full game of Chloe Lenar, so they will know what to expect, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be any easier to get some hits. And here comes another 3-2. And it's a base hit up the middle. So Las Cruces gets it started with a base knock to begin the inning. And Cami Mundo will come to the plate, and she's already got a couple hits tonight. And she had a couple hits in the first game against Chloe. So Cruces is going to try to rally here in the late innings. We're in the top of the sixth. And they trail 3-2. And low and outside, it misses, 1-0. The pitch from Lunar. That'll miss, and 2-0. As Lunar sends it, fouled off and back at the screen, 2-1. Munda has singled twice, but she's been stranded both times. That'll be the thing for Cruces when they look back at this game. If Alamo ends up winning game 2, is a lot of stranded hitters. Here comes the 2-1. Showing bunt, puts it down. Toss on to first, they'll get the out. Moves the runner up. Nice bunt put down by Munda, and a good play by Lunar to get to that, and had to spin around and make the throw to first. Not an easy play. So it's top of the order now with Erica Silva. She singled back in the first and scored. She's popped out in her next 2 at-bats. 1 for 3. She's got a runner on second with 1 down. And that pitch will drop low. 1-0 to Silva. Lunar ready, and here comes the pitch. And that one, I guess, missed a little bit low. That was a pretty good pitch there from Chloe. 2-0. And hard hit and foul. And thankfully everybody paying attention over where the Alamogordo bullpen is, because that was hard hit and that would have hurt. If you weren't paying attention to that, got you. And Chloe wants the softball that just came in, not the one that she had in her hand, and now we're ready to go. Runner on second with 1 down. And a 2-1 pitch is on the way. It's fouled off again. The count evens up at 2. And again, change it up. I always wonder about, I mean, I know there's sometimes with like scuff marks and things like that that make it a little bit easier to grip the ball and do what you want with it. 2-2 in the dirt. Well done by Evans to keep that in front of her. And so the count goes full 3-2. A 3-2 ball game in the top of the 6th with Alamogordo leading. Cruces trying to get that lead back. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout of Silva, 2 down. Probably would have been ball 4 there, but got to protect the plate in that spot and couldn't come up with it. So it's Leah Pacheco now, who is singled and walked and lined out, 1 for 2, and that's going to bring Coach Ronnie Reyes out to the circle. Kind of curious. Obviously want to, I guess, be sure of what they've got coming up. Or, you know, it's Pacheco that's coming up to hit. And so we've got the Las Cruces coach that now wants the 2 umpires to chat things over. And I'm not really sure what exactly happened that is leading to this. Nothing stood out to me. I don't know if there's a question about, you know, who's in the field for Alamogordo. I tell you what, this kind of thing happens with Las Cruces, I feel like, all the time. The game up at States was another one of those where there was something weird where they were going to intentionally walk Lunar, but they didn't actually send in the signal or something like that, and Lunar went to first, and then they tried to, I don't know, I mean, end up getting an out for it. It was a whole weird deal, and I never got a real explanation of what exactly happened there, but I just feel like there's this gamesmanship that happens in these games for some reason, and so I don't know. I think this has to do with substitutions is my guess. Just based on some of the hand gestures that are going on right now. Now, maybe, I don't know if they were going to bring in a courtesy runner for Gallardo, which I don't quite know why. Because it looked like they were going to bring in number 8, which I don't think they had used her before. Now, I'm thinking maybe she wasn't on the roster previously. I'm wondering if she was a JV player and they were going to try to use her. Because there is no number 8 on the roster that I had in the first game. Huh. Unless I read the number wrong. I guess it could have. No, that 28 is somebody different. That's in there for a strike. So Ariana Sanchez, the one that's running on second now. Jesslyn Gallardo, I thought she's got some decent speed. I don't know. Low and outside. Evans gets to it, and she's going to tag the runner out at third as she tried to advance, and the inning is over. Well, that was a mistake, and Evans was quick to it behind home plate, and the inning is over. So it's 3-2. The Lady Tigers stay in front. They'll try to get some insurance in the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Here in our community, we honor the strength of our military families and their children during Military Child Month. First National Bank is honored to support the families who serve, and we thank you for your service.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Lady Tigers to bat here in the bottom of 6, looking for some insurance. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Iceland Ortiz leads it off. First pitch missed. Second pitch will be a called strike. Counts 1-1. Meanwhile, Las Cruces will have 2, 3, and 4 heart of their order due up in the top of the 7th inning. So a run or 2 here would be golden for the Lady Tigers, as Ortiz will foul this off to the screen and fall behind in the count 1-2. Quick check to see if we've got a second final tonight from Las Cruces. It still hasn't been posted. I don't know if that means the game is still going on or not. It's so hard to know. I'm not sure. Low and away. Count goes to 2-2. Hopefully the Tigers can grab a win, and they won the last game of that series last year from Cruces and try to finish off the season strong. 2-2. And a ground ball to short. It's fielded cleanly. Toss on to first. In time. Close play at first. Good hustle by Ortiz, but unable to beat it out. 6-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning. And it'll be Alyssa Bautista who has singled tonight. One for two on the night. And steps into the left-hand batter's box. As Bautista awaits, and now Pacheco ready to go. And this is hit high in the air out to left field. Should be playable. And it is grabbed, and that is 2 outs. Well, Lady Tigers got a big hit with 2 outs last inning. Maybe they can do it here. Lola Carbajal, who singled, steps up for the third time tonight, 1 for 2. It'll be a little frustrating for Las Cruces here. Pacheco's pitched a really good game, and if they're unable to get this win, it'll be a bit frustrating for them. And a chopper over towards second, and that's through for a base hit. And second hit of the night for Lola Carbajal, and she keeps the inning alive. And Elise Roman will try to get her first hit of the day. And she has popped out and struck out her 2 times. Try to get a 2-out rally going. And she'll foul the first one off. Out of play. 0-1 the count. Roman ready to go from the right-hand side. Right-handed pitching Pacheco, and she was motioning something to home plate, but now she's ready to go. And that one, I think, missed a little outside, 1-1. I'll say both pitchers, or both sides in pitching, have had some pitches that, from up here at least, look like pretty clear strikes, but that's going to happen. Here's the 1-1. And this is hit in the air out to right center field. That will just get down. And Carbajal on her horse is able to get to third and slide in safe. Woo! That's pretty close. I thought she might have been out. And so corners here for the Lady Tigers. And Evans will come up to try and get the Lady Tigers a run here. And I think we're going to see a pinch runner for the Lady Tigers. Alyssa Bautista will get somebody in for her, I believe. Or not Alyssa Bautista, Elise Roman. And I think there's a little bit of discussion here because I know Elise there's been some subs here or there. So I'm not sure if they can sub somebody in. I think we've had a lot of substitutions on both sides that have involved lengthy conversations. So, and yes, we will get a new runner out onto the field. No, maybe not. Well, do we know what we're doing? That's Allison Cisco. Oh, nope. They want Reagan Rose. Okay. I think they had the wrong person to go run. And now we've got one of the Las Cruces coaches walking up the third base line. And now we're going to have to talk this one over as Alamogordo had brought somebody different on to run, and this may end up being a mistake here for Alamogordo. I don't know what will end up happening. Well, I will say at the end of the day, if Alamo gets dinged with something here, it is on them. So we'll have another meeting with the Las Cruces coach this time. So yeah, we're having fun with substitutions. We've had a lot of substitutions in this game. And now we're going to have the two umpires chat things over. Well, a close game, and if you want to make sure you got the substitutions right, Tiger bench seems to feel content that they've done this correctly. So yeah, they're still discussing it, and because you've had a lot of different pitchers come in and out, and unfortunately I didn't get to see the exact lineup here for game 2, so I'm not really sure who's a flex and who's a who's coming in as just a straight substitution and yada yada yada. So I think it's a confusing thing. The Charlene Reyes was in a deep conversation with the home plate umpire to make sure she could do what she was doing. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it's something like where I don't think anybody could end up being out if it's a legal substitution. We haven't had another pitch since then, so I think they're at least able to figure it out and get a particular person in. But unfortunately, we're at least the kids are having fun. I'm watching the outfielders for Las Cruces, and they're out there being silly and having fun. So I think there's a number of people here that would like to see this move along, but we're not quite there yet, I suppose. I probably could have taken a commercial break, but gosh, I'm having fun. It's about hour 5 of our broadcast tonight, so it's like, you obviously want to make sure you get the right call. And they are still having a discussion, are the umpires, so at some point I assume they will get it correctly. So now we're seeing the two umpires go over and talk to Coach Charlene Reyes. And so they are going to discuss that one, and so I don't know if they feel like somebody can't re-enter here or somebody's going to end up being unhappy with all of this, I would imagine. But the conversation continues. Like I said earlier in the game, I would like to have everybody mic'd up. And I think what's going to end up happening, just judging by what Coach Evans over in the first base box was motioning, I'm betting either Allison Cisco is going to come back out or Elise Roman is going to come back out onto the field. All right, so let's see what happens. It will be Allison Cisco that comes out. And that's neither here nor there for the Lady Tigers. They, with Cisco, I mean, she can play the same position that Reagan does, so it's not going to hurt Alamogordo. And And so now they're explaining it to the Las Cruces bench, and I imagine they're probably not going to be happy with the decision. And so we'll keep moving right along here with further discussion. The umpires are going to stick with the decision that they've, and I can tell by the way they're gesturing that somebody came on, that somebody came off, and again, that's not anything that gained Alamogordo any sort of advantage, so just let the kids play, So I don't know. Alamo still has more to their bench, so I mean, if they feel like they have to put somebody else, and the assistant coach for Las Cruces just got directed back to the dugout, and he needs to be careful because I get the feeling that if he continues, that he might end up heading out of here early. And so they're still trying to explain it to the Las Cruces side. And at some point, you just got to move on and say, this is what's happening. Now we're going to play, But we've taken I'm not sure when we started this whole deal, but it's like 10 minutes, and this is all over a substitution. Like I said, I get it. I understand if you feel like that the other side is doing something incorrectly that you want to point it out, but at the end of the day, this is not like a huge advantage that's going to be gained by Alamogordo here, whether it's Rose or Cisco or Roman or whoever. Evans still has to come away with a hit here in order to add on a run. So, if there was nobody out, I would sort of get it a little bit more. But a lot of times with things like this, though, it's more of the principle of the matter. And listen, I don't know exactly what's going on. So the umpires, maybe they have the rule wrong here. I don't know. But they seem to be. Yeah, we're still discussing, which I'm not terribly surprised at. And lots of gesturing and all that good stuff. As we continue to wait for. Yeah, and it continues to be discussed, and lots of hand gestures. And I sincerely doubt that there is a yeah. I don't know if the Cruces coach is going to be it's going to push to a point where the coaches, like I said, at some point the umpires, they make a decision and they need to move on. You can continue to have discussion. It's not as if if you're not going to change the decision that you've made, then you just need to move it along. And now one of the Cruces coaches, they're going to throw the Las Cruces head coach out of the game now. Yeah, like I said, at some point, the umpires have to make a decision, and it's okay if you disagree with it. And listen, if you want to, I don't know if there's necessarily a protest one way or the other that you can do with that, but yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not completely sure what exactly is going on that got things so worked up there. That's if it is just a substitution thing, then yeah, hard to know. Hey, we're going to play now. 3-2, Alamogordo in front. Bottom of the sixth inning. Runners in the corners. Chloe Evans at the plate now. And here comes the pitch. Runner goes. And they end up throwing back over to third as they try to double steal. And the runner does get back in time. And so it's 2nd and 3rd now for the Lady Tigers. And we'll see if Evans can make something happen here. The 0-1. Fouls it off to the screen, 0-2. Yeah, it's one of those things that at the end of the day, if Cruces gets out of this jam, I mean, it sort of ends up being, nothing at the end of the day. It's like, kind of an interesting deal. 0-2. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. So after all of that, now you've got the Alamogordo fans upset because that pitch was borderline on that outside corner. And so we're going to the top of the 7th. Alamogordo leads 3-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval and restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Here in our community, we honor the strength of our military families and their children during Military Child Month. First National Bank is honored to support the families who serve, and we thank you for your service.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it often is. This is Emily from First National Bank. Trust your instincts and stay vigilant to online fraud. Protect yourself from becoming a victim. Think before you act. If you have concerns, contact your bank for further assistance.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And the Lady Tigers leading 3-2, and Chloe Lennar trying to close it out as Leah Pacheco lined one foul at the first base side. It's 0-1. It is the heart of the order here for Las Cruces, so down by a run, they've definitely got the part of the order that they want at the plate. And this is going to be hit in the air out to right field and right to Rose, and she makes the grab, and there's one down. So to bring up Zaisha Hawkins now. And now the first base coach has gone to the home plate umpire, having a discussion with him, and I don't have any idea what exactly is going on there now. Or it may have to do with Rose re-entering the game out in right field. So Reagan, I don't think, was supposed to be back out there in right field. I don't know. I have no idea. After all that, there was a discussion in the end of the Alamogordo dugout, and nothing happened. So there's one down. Absolutely no idea. Here comes the pitch. And this is going to be fouled off by Hawkins, who has singled, struck out, and grounded out. Lady Tigers leading 3-2, trying to come away with the doubleheader sweep and the sweep of the series. As here comes the 0-1. That's going to be in the dirt. Count evens, 1-1. And here comes the 1, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. One that got away from Evans, but no problem, and it'll be 1-2. As Lunar is trying to lock down this game. Game-winning hit could be that solo home run from Haley Evans. Knocked that out of the park back in the 5th inning. Here it comes. Swing and a miss and struck her out. 2 down. Lunar with a couple strikeouts here in the second game. She's only pitched 2 innings. Jalen Vela pitched the 4th and the 5th. Reagan Rose pitched the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings. But Kristen Varela, a dangerous hitter here. She homered back in the 3rd. She's hoping for another big hit here to try to keep this game alive. And that pitch, well, miss. I guess either low or outside, 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Got that one, I think, a bit more up, but ran along that outside corner. And here comes the 1-1. And that's going to be sent foul on the off-speed pitch, and Lady Bulldogs are down to their last strike. And I'll say it again, this will be a real team win for the Lady Tigers. They're able to do it, use 3 different pitchers. The RBIs have come in a lot of different places. One on a sacrifice fly. The other, I don't remember who had the second RBI. Anyhow, the 1-2. Hard hit liner, foul up the first base side. We'll do it again. So 1-2 count again for Barela. And waiting for Barela to step in. And she's ready to go. Lunar deals high and away. 2-2. Yeah, Chloe actually has both RBIs for the Lady Tigers, or 2 of 3. Evans, of course, with the other one on the home run. And another 2-strike pitch on the way. And this is well hit and fouled and out of play. So Barela continues to battle here and trying to keep this game alive. Maya Pinedo in the on-deck circle will be looking for her first hit. It'll be the first time that she's faced Lunar here in Game 2. So Barela back in. Another 2-2 pitch with the bases empty and 2 outs. Here comes. That's outside. So the count full here, 3-2. Well, not the worst thing here if they were to lose Barela. I think the next couple batters are not quite as dangerous, but you know, the Lady Tigers want to get the game over with right here. So here comes the 3-2. And a ground ball to short. Kosum's got it. Toss on to first. This one's over. The Lady Tigers win 3-2 on the Richton Motor scoreboard. We'll come back and wrap it up on the Otero Federal Credit Union post-game show. Stay with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Vacations, weekend getaway, consolidations, appliances, furniture, medical repairs, and more. When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply in person or online today at oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval and restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Banking should be personal. It's the comfort of being greeted by name, celebrating life's milestones, and staying connected to what matters most. Because when your bank truly knows you, you're never just another transaction. We're proud to support you on your financial journey and serve in the communities we call home. First National Bank, where community and commitment come together. Stop in today and experience the difference.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers, a really nice 3-2 win in Game 2 of the doubleheader. They won the first game 9-4, so they are now 18-5 overall in the season, 7-5 in district. And let's see if we've got some final scores from some of the other games in the district. And let's see, Oregon Mountain got the first game off of Centennial, 13-11, and they're still playing the second game right now. So Mayfield swept Gadsden, which not a huge shocker there. 17-2 in the second game and 21-5 in the first game. So they are they're not quite district champs. If Oregon Mountain loses the second game, then no, that's not true either. So Oregon Mountain winning that first game keeps at least a shot at the district championship alive, because if they were to sweep Mayfield next week, they would win the district title. So Alamo can't catch Mayfield now, which again we kind of figured was going to happen, but Alamo at 7-5, got to be happy with that. And if Centennial can get one off of Oregon Mountain, Alamo would just be a game behind Oregon Mountain, and they've got a good shot at getting themselves up to second place in district. So 3 pitchers tonight, and really good effort. Reagan Rose started. She went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, ended up giving up 5 hits, but kept it certainly within reason. Alamogordo would tie it up and kept it a close game. And then you had Jalen Vela pitch 2 scoreless innings, and then Chloe Lenar came in to close it out and pitched 2 scoreless innings and struck out a couple and had a really good effort. Lady Tigers really didn't have the bats going in this second game, but they found a way. Monty Kosum had a double in the first, then Haley Evans hit a deep fly ball to center. She tagged up to go to third, and then Chloe Lenar would hit a deep fly ball out to left field, and that would bring the run in. And then in the third inning, Kosum would walk. She would, I believe, work her way around to second base. Evans would single, and then Lenar would single in Kosum, and that would make it a 2-2 ball game. And then Haley Evans with the solo home run in the 5th inning was the difference as she hit the solo shot to give Alamogordo a 3-2 lead, and they never looked back. Amani was 1 for 3 with a double, or 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Haley Evans was 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, a run scored, and an RBI. Chloe Lenar had a couple RBIs for the Lady Tigers, and a couple of singles, so 2 for 3 for her. A single for Davi Gonzalez, Iceland Ortiz, 0 for 3. Alyssa Bautista went 1 for 3. Lola Carbajal was 2 for 3. She had a good game, too. Elise Rahman went 1 for 3, and Chloe Evans was 0 for 3 on the evening. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast. Let me see if I can get a final score for you on Alamo baseball. They lost the first game 11-0, and I haven't seen an update in Game 2. I would imagine they're probably done, but let's see. Lost the second game 5-2. So the Tigers will try to finish up with a good week against Gadsden next week. We'll have their 2 games on Friday next week. We'll have Alamogordo versus Gadsden on Tuesday of next week in the final regular season game and senior night. So we'll have senior night games both on Tuesday and Friday for Alamogordo softball and Alamogordo baseball. Tularosa baseball won today over Texaco 3-1. Mescalero Apache baseball and softball are both playing tomorrow. Softball's at Lordsburg. Baseball is at Mesilla Valley Christian. And I think that's all we have going on tomorrow. We had track and field results tonight. I'll be sure to post those up on our Facebook page. And same goes for Cloudcroft. They had their meet today. And I think that's everybody. So that'll do it. Hey, the broadcast is over. It's been a long one. Alamogordo wins 3-2 and 9-4. Game 2 and Game 1 respectively. And get the series sweep over Las Cruces and improve to 18-5 on the season, and now 7-5 in district. And we'll be back at it on Tuesday, and we'll be sure to bring that one for you. Thanks to Otero Federal Credit Union, your post-game show sponsor, Ryan Richardson Motor Company, your scoreboard sponsor, and the Winner's Circle, Ochoa Stucco, and First National Bank, all of our Tiger Sports sponsors. Thank you so much. Send you to ESPN Radio, right here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Have a wonderful weekend.
Then 4-13, again, why not just go?
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit My Computer